don't know if the chat app's working or not. Might not be. It's acting weird. Let's see if it's working. Hasn't turned green yet. Which usually is a sign it's not working. Let's see, live chat on YouTube also says not. Ba-ding! Ba-ding! Oh, there it goes. What? Did you look for burnt? Look for the burnt. I'm talking about my mom. We have one person watching.
One whole person, because Lewis is streaming too.
No, he's done.
Oh, Lewis is done?
Yeah.
Where we got the jollies off watching Lewis stream.
Everybody all only got the jolly off.
Yeah, show me that board.
Well, chat's showing up in live chat, but it's not showing up on speech chat. Let me try closing it out and reopening it. Also noticed it stopped showing Twitch. Why you no show Twitch? Alright, I'm gonna run a test here. Test. Okay, it shows up on YouTube, but it's not showing up on speech chat. Well, it looks like the chat window is not working today. Woohoo! So we're gonna have to make a YouTube pop-out chat to offset. Whoever's on Twitch today, sorry. You will not be talked to much today. We're gonna be strictly YouTube chat. Because this is what we get for relying on cloud services.
See, Chris, you can't rely on them.
Can't rely on those cloud services. Can't do it. Can't do it. Just can't do it.
Just wait till Skynet comes around.
Skynet's coming out. Skynet is a-coming. What's going on? What's going on? Alright, so I'm going to complete this Touch IC and then we're going to look at some shit. What's up, Timmy? Timothy?
Timmy.
Tim, you've got quite a few wildfires out there. I bet you've been just fucking going nuts over there, haven't you? Where are the bears? I don't know. I just figured people would come if I said there were bears here.
There's bears.
The bears can smell the menstruation.
Chris is a bear.
I am a bear.
Alright.
Yeah. Micah knows personally that I'm a bear. He's my pixie.
Oh, gotcha.
New stream view looks nice. Are you looking at crotch cam?
Crotch cam.
Crotch cam. Been too busy. Too busy for forest fires? What the fuck? Something's wrong with Tim. Somebody needs to go check on him. Gonna get the gay crowd up in here? That's fine. We take all viewers. Sexual preference is not frowned upon here. If you're here to learn about repairing boards,
we don't care what.
You can associate yourself as an attack helicopter. We don't care.
An Apache.
What's up, Hamdit? Alright, let's get our stencil here. Oh my god, got the stencil already. Haven't watched your stream in a while? Well, welcome back, Rick.
Happy birthday, Rick.
I don't even know what to say, Micah. Rick says thank you, though.
It's a Wise Kids Know reference.
Micah, I don't care what type of nonsense you be referencing.
Have you ever watched Wise Kids Know?
Gosh.
Sit there and tell me you haven't watched.
Don't sit there and tell me that you haven't watched the videotapes I made with your mother last week. I'm trying to reball shit here. Quit making noises. What's up, Yassine? Science Explosion redacted his comment. I'm getting a phone call.
Naughty.
Hanging up. He said something naughty. That's not very nice. The delay for messages is quite long. Micah's beard is the bear.
What?
Mike and I take turns being the bear. One day he's the bear, next day I'm the bear. I get it. Any word on the 6S? Yeah, it still doesn't fucking work. I'm waiting on the chips to come in, actually. I ordered them last week and have not seen them yet. I spent a whole fucking $100 and some on PMICs for Samsungs. So I would have parts in stock for stupid Samsungs. I also had to send out my data recovery unit to Taiwan. I had to have them check the reader because they're not sure why out of all 4 chips that I pulled that I haven't been able to get any data off of any of them. It's kind of annoying because so far I have a $1,300 paperweight, actually $1,500 including the other socket, but for the the socket that I'm using, it's plus the reader, about $1,300. Anthony made you spend money. It's been annoying that that reader hasn't worked so far. Like, it wouldn't even read the EMCs, which I know it should read some of those, and it hasn't. So, Anthony, I did get in a present today. Let's see if you all can see this. I got my iPad adapters for the Navi, so we're gonna start pumping those bitches out. This is for the older iPads, but it's still a money maker. I mean, we're gonna offer a lower price now since these are gonna be non-NAND removed, so we can pump these up pretty quick. So if it's an iPad 2, 3, or 4, we should be able to get them done. I'm gonna have Micah pull a board here in a little bit, and we're gonna do an NAND on one of the iPads. Huh?
The board still has to be pulled?
Yeah, it has to be pulled out of the frame.
Oh, okay. Fuck. I don't see anything out like destroyed on here.
Nothing out of place?
No.
Alright, let me see it. What? Alright, we're gonna let this Mason hang out for a second. You look at this iPad Air. This Air wouldn't charge. We got it charging, but now it shows backlight only with no image. So we're trying to figure out why. So we need to check for burnt looking ICs. Man, it looks like shit around these connectors. What the fuck? Let's see, this should be LCD here. So that means we should have... Man, there's like crud all over these capacitors and shit around it. How's the connector look on it? Let me see your tongue ring. Let me see your tongue ring. Let's look under here. This is where our touch ICs and I think our backlight, or yeah, I think backlights. No, it's not over here. I don't think. Maybe it is.
They all look fine.
There's our touch ICs right there. It's got a cumulus, 2 cumuluses and a mason. What?
They look fine.
Okay. Evening. How we doing, Joshua? Let's see if there's any signs of something fuckery on the back here. Doesn't look like it. What the fuck is going on here? Kenna? Granny Kenna? Grunty McGrunters. Alright, let's pull up ZXW here and see what we can finger out. What's up, Richard? Uh-oh, we hit 2,000. What up? Whoever is 2,000 subs, thank you. And for all the other subs, thank you very much. It's the coil. It could be the coil, actually. We'll see here in a second. Alright, so this is an Air 2, so I'm looking at the wrong board. Unsubbed. Thanks, Anthony. Thanks for unsubbing. Well, of course, the Air 2 is still not populated, so I'm just going to have to kind of guess based on the schematics. Okay, so I think this is backlight filter here. Based on it feeds both sides here, so that would make sense. So let's see here. Alright, so these are fed off these caps over here. These are our data line filters. Let's check the data line filters.
Hey there. Hello.
Oh, just a second, I'll be right with you.
Okay. Thank you.
It's going to be 240 after tax.
Yep.
Fish card back.
Yep.
There you
There you
go.
go. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Alright. We're going to try to just refilm these data filters first. I've seen these get knocked loose, and when they do, they can cause no image. Usually, I think they can be associated also with backlight only. So I'm going to try that first. What's the issue with the iPad? Well, it wasn't charging, now it charges, but it has backlight only, no image. Let me see the screen for it.
What?
The screen for it?
I threw it away.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. Seeing how those screens went from $80 to $180. I need to get a refurbisher for them.
Boy, oh boy, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy that in a few months they jumped up $100.
Seems barely taped together.
Okay, screen is plugged in. I'm gonna pull the battery separator, hit the power button. We have backlight, no image again. So we're still in the same boat. So no change yet. Okay, battery is disconnected. I don't think I have an iPad 2 here to compare it to, so we're gonna have to just start diode beeping and see what we have. What's up, D&M? I can't imagine that this would be a software issue, but I guess it's possible. I would think this would be more a hardware fault. Like, all these components down here have a bunch of like white solution around them. Not sure if it's where they cleaned it from the factory or what. Let's see if any of these are shorted that I don't think should be. What one's supposed to be. Well, that seems normal. Fan spin? Not really, I wish. So I'm not seeing anything that to me looks out of place. I don't have a pinned out. I do need to look at the schematic. I think I have the iPad Air 2 schematic, but I should be able to tell based on just looking at ZXW, because it shows me my grounds and everything. So should be first two are open, then ground, which is true. Next two open, then ground, which is true. And then same pattern, 2, then ground, 2, then ground. Okay, so when we get to that one, it's open all the way to the third one here, which is true. So the other side is it's open, then ground, open all the way until, well, it should be ground, open, ground, open, 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 then ground again. Ground, open, ground, open, ground, open, ground. Yeah, that's all correct. Then open all the way across. So everything there is fine. Let me Computer recognizes it, yes. iTunes sees the device. It says that it's ready for activation, so somebody's already tried to restore it. Let's see here. So I'm going to open up the schematic. Oh, I need to add the YouTube chat on this window. YouTube monies. Let's add window capture. No. It's, which one is it? Browser source, that's what it is. Resize chat there for you. We'll center that up. Alright. So what's the connector number? J4500. Let's see if this is searchable. Okay, so it sees that one. Yep, it is searchable. So here's our display connector. So we're looking for, so this is VCC main LCD switch. That's the main power rail that comes in. I would assume that that is there since that's VCC main, and the filters are good and it comes directly off of VCC main. I think it just goes through those filters. We can check that by following that line. So yeah, so it goes through this filter, which we've tested. Those are good. There's actually 2 of them. And then we'll follow this switch line and see where it goes. Power display. That's one of the, that's just showing us the rails. Where do you come from? Or do you not say? Okay, it looks like it may come from here. So actually it's made from U4600, which is part of VCC main, and gets its signal from PMIC, it looks like, to turn on. So I would assume, based on the fact that we have backlight, that that power rail is probably there. If it wasn't there, backlight shouldn't turn on, I don't think, because the main display has to work before backlight will even turn on. So let's go back to where we started. Let's see. Backlight reg B.
Hey there. I'm gonna go grab that for you real quick.
Home button. Mesa. I wonder if the home button's causing this.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we try to stay busy.
Well, and how long, much of a warranty did you say? Or
It'd have a what's the warranty on charge ports? 3 months?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
3 months?
Yes, ma'am.
Usually they last longer.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they usually
okay
don't
to
fail too often. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that they fail. Honestly surprised that that one even failed. Usually
yeah, it
they'll.
looked really clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what can I tell her to do better than
Nothing, because like I said, it looked really clean. It looked good. It's hard to say what killed it. You've been here before.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Yeah, that's her name on there, Allison.
What's
but
the
my name's
last
Ann.
name?
Kaylin. Kaela.
Okay.
And Kaylin.
All right, gotcha. After tax is going to be $45.90. I got your card. There's your card back now. You're welcome. Get you to sign that form. You're welcome.
You all are so nice. How did you all get to be so smart?
Lots of tinkering. Lots of money paid out of pocket when we mess up.
Thanks, I'll be using you again.
We appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Let's see, where does this come in?
Oh,
Dang, Micah.
check
Just
you out,
attacking
Chris.
me. Alright, so the main power line is present. We have VCC main voltage at the connector. Not yet, Freddie. We're going to do those next. Micah's pulling one apart now.
What?
This is a Mesa power controller, so I'm not worried about that. Mesa seems to go through the same connector, which is our home button. So, they call it the EDP connector support. What I'm thinking is we're somehow missing one of our data lines. I'm still trying to figure out what else we have. So LCD switch, that's the main power for the LCD. So if we base it on how the iPhone works, there's 2 power rails for the LCD to work. Let's see if we can find those. So we have these 2, which is, those are the same line, they just come off of either side of the connector. We have LED backlight, reg A and B, which those are our backlight lines. We know that's good because we have that. We have LED return lines, we know those are good because we have full backlight. This is Mesa, and this is Mesa. All this is Mesa here. This is all Mesa here. Now these are all data lines for what I would assume is for our image. We also have EDP aux EMI con. Huh. I don't know if that's some type of... Let's follow where those go. See what those are. They go through and turn into these, which looks like some type of signal output. Looks like they go through a cap, which would be for radio frequency decoupling for DC voltage. It reduces noise in the line. It passes AC, but it won't pass DC. So this actually goes to EDP aux P. Let's see what that is. I would assume that has to be some type of radio interference frequency cleanup or something, maybe some type of antenna. What does this go to? This goes directly to the processor, I think. No, that might be PMIC. Let's see. No, it's SOC, so that's a processor. So what would that have to do with it? See, I was thinking there was a burnt image filter, but I checked all the image filters here. and they all have continuity. Let me check diode reading on all of them. See if there's a difference in one. I don't even know if that's ground. So I'm not getting any diode reading out of them, which is odd. Let's check continuity across all the way to the pin. 2 ohms, 2 ohms, 2 ohms, 2 ohms. How's Kenna? She's back there grunting away, living the dog life. We've been changing her food up to see if we can help with her bloating, but I haven't really noticed any difference in it, to be honest. I mean, she doesn't look as bloated, but she's still grunting. Alright, so there's a slight difference in this one. Oh no, it's reading the same now. Never mind. Huh. What the fuck is going on here? Let's go back to our data lines. So display connector again. I really don't know why this doesn't have image. Unless it's a screen fault. I mean, that's the only thing I can think. Ear pain? No. She has like, it's almost like a discomfort grunt whenever she lays down. Man, I have no idea what's going on here. Our main power is present. Our data lines look all good. Let me check these over here, because I think these are outside of our... Where does that go? Let's go to ZXW real quick. We need to see where these last two data pairs go. So it says they go there. So let's check that. Yeah, those look fine too. They read good. Any fucked I2C lines? I don't think so. We can check. There's one up here at the top, I think. Yeah, these are from Mesa though. I don't think that Mesa would have anything to do with it. The only thing I can think is maybe somehow if the home button is damaged, it can cause no image. I don't know. We can unhook the home button here. This looks like the original home button and shit, so I don't think that that's technically bad. But we can disconnect the button here and see what happens. So our home button's out. Flex cable's got a little bump in it there, but doesn't look like it's ripped or anything. Zoom in and look at it. It does have a little nudge right there. Looks okay though. Let's try it with the home button disconnected and see what we get. Was this iPad Air even put together very tough? Was it still originally sealed, Micah?
No.
It had been opened already?
It felt like it had been opened. It opened pretty easy.
Okay. Okay, let's pull. And we'll hit the power. We got backlight only again, no image. Okay, so we'll disconnect. It's not the home button. What's up, sewing? Did you try another LCD? No, we haven't, because we don't have one here that I know of. Do we have another iPad Air 2 screen? By chance?
I don't think we do. No,
we have one that's broken that works. That I was gonna send out to refurb. They should be on the shelf. There should be 3 of them actually. Yeah, a couple at least. Is an iPad Air 2? Yes, it is. Who do I send for iPad refurb? I have nobody yet. I'm trying to find somebody. Nobody, baby. Is it cracked? It's not cracked. Maybe this is one that I scavenged off one of those dead ones.
Maybe.
We should have broken ones back there that are working. Alright, let's see. New screen. Well, new. Nope. No image. Still backlight only. We got a strong backlight, but no image. Yeah. Definitely a backlight there. Try that again. Yep, just backlight only. Alright, so it's not a screen problem. There you go. Okay, Anthony. There's guys out there that do it. I just haven't spent the time to find them. We don't see many iPad Air 2s that come in, so it hasn't been a necessity. But with the screen costs going way up, it does kind of put a hamper on it. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to have Micah try to restore this one and see if maybe it's a software problem.
Can I do it without the iCloud there for me?
Yeah, you can do a restore.
Okay, yeah.
So let's slide his card back in. Do you have that other iPad apart already?
I already gave you the board.
Dang, Micah, you're fast.
You sat there and you touched the board.
Micah, I want to touch your boards. Micah, let me touch your boards. There you go.
You go out there and touch that homeless man's board.
Ooh, he wanted to touch your boards today, Micah. Micah got offered to homeless guy offered to trade him pants in the middle of the square out here. And then proceeded to take his pants off.
He had his pants off and his belt hanging up, holding it up there, and I turned around, I was like, I don't want your goddamn pants!
Did you even look at the belt, Micah? It's a nice belt.
There's a nice fucking belt. God damn.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure I have to peel this bottom sticker off because it taps into a couple points on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and stick that up here. Wicked deal, Micah. You should have taken it.
No, I should have. That's a nice fucking belt.
That's a wicked nice belt you got there, buddy.
I would have just had to wear shit urine stained pants for a day.
Only for a day. Then they would be clean.
Yeah, then they'd be clean.
Then what are you going to complain about, Micah? Yeah. Everything? iPad 2. I believe this is an iPad 2. It looks like an iPad 2. We'll find out here in a second if it is or not. Which side goes in? So it's like these. Oh, nice. It does. It reads all the little pads on the bottom of the board. That's pretty fucking cool. If I'd known that, I probably could have just soldered all these. Been easier. It's kind of a pain to put on. Well, there you go. So, iPad is in the adapter. Let's go ahead and turn on our Navi. What are you linking me to, Amy?
Don't give me no weird links.
Don't give me no weird links. I guess it'd help if I plug my Navi in. Where are my pants? Alright, so let's plug this adapter in now. Do a hard drive check. Hey, it reads it. 16 gig NAND. Awesome. Alright, let's read it. Oh, I gotta change it to 32-bit. I forgot. Read. It's reading the NAND.
Oh, shit,
Let's see if I can bring this over to where y'all can see it. So as you can see, it's read the NAND here. Now we can go in and look at the information. There's the serial number. It's kind of bright for you all, but serial number's right there. So now we can edit the serial number, which I need to find a good generator for. I used to use one online. Let's see if that one still works. Let's see. So normally what I do here is you can do a let's see there. Somebody had a generator, or is that just a search history? Yeah, it's just search history. So normally what you can do is you can go in and change one of the letters to like a number and see if it's open. So we're going to change there's a B in here, and we're going to change that to actually there's an H. I'm going to change that to a 1. So we'll open that up. We're going to type in the serial number, DMP. Alright, and we'll see if that serial number is open. Okay, so it is open.
Hey there.
How you doing?
Pretty good. You're right with Can I help you?
2 phones from my course, Jose's in the car.
Okay.
If you got any questions, give him a call. Ask for Jake.
Okay. All right.
Alright, so the NAND has been rewritten with the new serial number. That was really, really easy. Makes life a lot easier. So I'm going to put this fancy non-conductive sticker back on the bottom here as evenly as I can, which wasn't very even. Alright, let's see if it'll restore. That's the true test. So I'm going to get my probes here with our fancy dancy alligator clips on it. 125 a pop. No, I won't charge that much. Not for businesses, maybe for customers that walk in, but for businesses it will be cheaper because I appreciate both the easy stuff and the hard stuff. Okay, so ground is on the left, power is on the right. So let's hook up our ground. Let's hook up our power. Okay, that is correct. Let's hook up our home flex. Now when we turn this on, this should be in DFU recovery mode because we've changed the serial, so it's going to flip out on us. So we're going to go ahead and power it on, and we'll plug it in. It is in recovery. It just beeped at me. So I'm going to open up 3U tools so you all can see that the iPad is in recovery mode. So there you go. You've got an iPad 2 in DFU recovery mode. We're going to go in and we're going to flash it. I don't want to download it. I should have it already downloaded. I think. Delete that. It's going to cause frame drops galore if it hasn't already. I may not have it. I think I do. Nope.
Be right with you. Can I help you?
So it's got a old mark down the screen on one side. It goes down in just 2 or 3 hours in the morning.
Okay.
You don't have to use it a lot, so.
You said there was a mark on the screen though, or something?
Yeah, it's put over to this side. It's kind of a yellow mark now.
Yeah, it's like it's burnt.
Pressure.
Oh, I see it. I
It's
see it.
probably from the battery.
And I don't
It's
know
on
if
the
that's
opposite
hurting
side of the
anything, but
battery.
I just thought it could
It's
be.
over
Where?
what?
It's over. It's down here on this side.
Oh, on the
Yeah.
right side?
Yeah.
Usually that's pressure mark.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
And might be something you can tell me. I deleted my AOL email
Mm-hmm.
and it took some of my data out. Does anyone get that back?
It should
It took his notes.
took his notes. There should be a way to. It should be stored on AOL servers.
Well, what it done, we had that account forever, and a message popped up and said that they had froze our account due to
You got
some type of
suspicious activity.
suspicious activity.
Okay.
So we tried to refix it, get it back, and they kept refusing it.
I never could get the, I guess the
And-
password right or something. They'd give
Okay.
me a temporary, and I'd try to go to the computer.
And it
They
never
just
would
never
accept
open
it.
it back.
Yeah.
So I went to Gmail, and when I deleted it, I lost my notes.
He actually got mad and said, well, I'll just delete their butts, and he done that, and then he lost it all.
Without getting back into the account, I don't know if there would be a way.
Yeah. And I don't know if you can get back into the account.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I'd
Oh,
have to
that's
know
fine.
I'd have to know the password, and if
Yeah.
somebody forgot, then it's pretty rough. Go ahead and get
Well,
you
we
guys
haven't
filled
forgot
out.
the original password, but they won't accept it
Yeah.
because of the suspicious activity.
Yeah. All right. I'll open this up and look at the battery and see if I can see what that line's from.
This one has got that thing that's like gears. You don't use that anyway. So you could get one like this for your phone.
Invalid serial number.
And that got that cart slide.
Boom, 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 boom. Let's see. H. Z.
That's just a copy.
You probably had it replaced by AT&T or somebody. It's probably been replaced by AT&T or somebody.
Like all the parts they say refurbished on them?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, they all have stickers that say refurbished.
Yeah, some companies do that. Alright, so the first serial number said invalid serial. So we rewrote it as a different serial and we'll see if it works now.
He said you're a 5, but no, keep it empty.
Take two.
You went tracking on that package you're shipping to Taiwan?
Tracking? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Let's try that again. See what it does. in DFU mode? Why are you in DFU mode? Still in DFU. Needs to come out of DFU. Why do you keep coming back in DFU mode? Alright, well, I'll try with iTunes. Actually, I don't think I can with iTunes. Why do you keep doing this? Come out of DFU. How's the battery look on that one?
Fine, but it's aftermarket.
What?
I said, look fine, but it's aftermarket.
Oh, is it? RM. Alright, so we'll try the original serial number and see what happens. Alright, so this is the original serial number back on it. We'll see if it still does the same thing. Or if it acts differently. I've done some this week though, or last week, that worked. Yeah, there's some check digits that can occur. Alright, so this is with the original serial number. Alright, so it's reconnecting in DFU mode, which won't work. Still not working. Why are you connecting in DFE mode? Alright, let's see. Try one more time. Nope. It'll do it without a battery. I've done a bunch of them. This one will come out of DFU, but 3M sometimes has trouble kicking it out of DFU. See, there it goes, recovery mode. See, that's the original serial number, so there's no way that that's wrong. Alright, so let's figure out what's going on here. Has to do with something with the RM. What is the RM? You already know what the RM is. Alex, I've had those before. No, 4 digits. RM. Region model? Yeah, probably. Let's see here. iPad 2. Region model. iPad 2. Cool. Let's retry. Now with region model. That might matter. DFU mode again. Do this about 40 times until it kicks out. DFU again. I'm gonna have to load it into iTunes. That's the problem. iTunes.
So you think there's pressure? I don't. You can see it. I don't know if it's like something in the LCD itself or what. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary behind it.
It's usually caused from pressure, but I mean it could be anything now. See if I press on it more, it runs up the
Runs
screen.
up the screen.
14,014. So. Hmm?
So let's see if it stays like that if we take the screen. Yeah, it does.
Try loosening the screws on the side. Not compatible. Well, stream's about to get pwned again for a little bit. We're gonna have to download the file. No difference?
No difference.
Okay. It would need a new screen then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I would say just live with it.
Yeah. Just all right, sir. Got you a new battery in there. I was looking around at that yellow streak and let's see if we can get that light in there. It looks like it was, you know, like how Chris was saying, looks like it was from pressure, but I looked at all the components down through here on the side on the phone. I didn't see anything, you know, out of the ordinary
It
there.
started out just a little spot up here, and then it's kind of grown.
Kind of grown. Okay.
But it really hadn't given me any
Yeah.
trouble. I just thought.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it'd be worth, you know, paying for a screen replacement or anything like that. I mean, if it gets really bad, like and starts like blotching out huge sections or something like that, then maybe.
Okay.
But
Okay.
for right now, I think that's good.
Oh, good deal.
Seconds.
Total after tax is going to be $35.60.
That's close enough. I ain't worried about it.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Alright.
We appreciate it.
It's not a problem. You want a receipt on it or anything?
No, I don't.
Okay. Alright, well you have a good day, sir.
All right, thanks.
Okay, so it seems to be doing the same thing. It's giving me a 4014 error, which means it's probably not kicking it out of just recovery mode or DFU mode. The same what it was doing in 3U. We're just gonna keep trying it until it kicks itself out, or I might just have Micah hand me the whole frame back.
I'll hand you a frame.
Usually I can restore them without putting them back in the frame, but maybe this one just doesn't like it or something. Yeah, see, it's going into DFU mode. You can tell by listening to the chimes what it's doing. When it goes into recovery mode, it should drop out, reconnect. But what it's doing is it's making 2 dropout sounds but never making a reconnect noise, which tells me that it's not kicking it out of DFU for some reason.
Oh, this one doesn't have the same.
We'll try it again. Will we always have to take the NAND off the iPhone, or will they go to the iPad ones? No, you'll always have to take the NAND off the iPhones. The only reason that these have the option is because there's points on the board that give you access to the NAND data lines. On the iPhone, the only option would be pull the CPU if you wanted to leave the NAND on. Yeah, I did it again. So I'm going to cut power from it completely. Then I'm going to give it power. Give it a second to put itself in recovery. It's in recovery. Let's try this again. Let me see the frame for this iPad. Did you already do a restore on that air or no?
It won't let me. It's not letting me get it into restore button.
When you hold the home button?
Or hold the home button and plug it in.
I didn't plug the home button back in.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Well, that might be why, Chris.
Probably is one. Yeah, it's gonna do it again. Yeah, see how it does it twice? You can tell that there's something not right immediately based on how it's talking to the PC. So I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect these, disconnect the power.
Oh, I see where it is.
I'll go ahead and plop it back in here, and we'll just use the original battery and shit. Do you have the battery screw? Or I'll just snap one over here. For the iPad 2. Sorry, I got one over here, I'm sure will work. That one works. Alright, so let's plug this in and see if this makes any difference. Hopefully it will. Okay, seen by iTunes. There's an iPad in recovery mode. Thank you. Yeah, you can't kick it out of DFU when you do a serial number change, though. Like, it's in DFU because it knows that there's something that's wrong with the software, so it wants you to reinstall it from the base. Alright, so now it chimes properly. Now disconnect and reconnect again. Okay? Now it should restore. Okay, see, now it's working. Let's see if it actually restores or not. Oh, it disconnected again. Should reconnect. We'll see. Yep, reconnected. Now it should install the software now if it's going to. Verifying iPad restore with Apple. Let's see if Apple likes my serial number. We'll know here shortly. This part usually takes a little bit for it to get to the part where it starts installing the software. If not, we'll get an error code. I did one the other day. The restore on it took forever. Like, it sat here at this point for a long time, and then finally started installing the software. Which it looks like this one might do the same. Unless it gives us an error. Nope, there it goes. It's going to install the software now. It went past the verification part. Now it should say, yep, there it goes. Preparing iPhone for restore. Or iPad. Now it should do, yep, there it goes. Now it's going to install the software. So that one's working. That's the change serial number. I didn't put the original back in. That's a new serial number. Yep, there it goes. It's installing the software.
There we go.
Alright, so that worked.
I'm doing a
Cool
restore.
beans. So
I'm not doing an update, Ryan. I'm doing a restore.
you're doing a restore. It's already obviously been restored if it's asking you for activation. Alright, so this is restoring our software now with our custom
That's downloaded.
serial number. I changed the very last one from a W to an X.
Does that make a difference?
Yep. It may require data lines. I've restored them without the battery before, but I guess it doesn't like it. Hey, hey, hey. What's going on? I got packages for you to mail.
Do it tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow now because Ransom changed the schedule today.
That's good.
He's awesome.
Error -1 is baseband. I look stressed? No, my back hurts though.
Did you didn't get your pillow at home?
I know, I forgot it.
I was gonna put it downstairs, but then I forgot it.
Yasin was correct. Battery was needed.
You haven't done the rent check, have you? I can.
Freddie, if you put in the custom serial number, you have to make sure it's something that's somewhat valid. If you put in one that isn't valid, like if you just put in like I've done a few before, like BC connection 001 or whatever, those won't work because they don't follow the same formatting that Apple uses. You have to have a serial number that follows the same formatting, or it won't activate through iMessage. Alright, so this should be almost done. This back pain was, I pulled a muscle in my back and then I re-aggravated it yesterday while changing a tire on my car.
It was hurting. Oh, I was like, it was hurting for a while.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said. I pulled it and then I pulled it again yesterday.
Extra cool.
And then it felt really good. Do gymnastics every day or weed. Maybe that's how Micah stays so limber. Weed. Restoring iPad firmware. I hope it's not trying to restore it as a 3G. There it goes. Alright, so I completed the restore. Now we wait for it to reboot if the battery's charged. Hopefully it is. If not, we're going to be sitting here waiting for a little while for it to turn back on.
And everything for the Taiwan package.
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave it folded in here.
Ask me touch related? Yeah, you can ask any question you like. Go ahead.
Cat food.
Cat food.
It's gonna turn.
Alright, so this battery seems like it is dead. Oh, no, there it goes. It turned on. Psych! The iPad just turned itself back on. iPhone 6 with touch disease. Both cumulus and mason replaced twice. M1 jumper in perfect place. Managed to gain touch, but the right side of the screen still has vertical bars with no touch. You need to check your mason placement, and you need to check your caps between Mason and Mason and Cumulus. Check the caps for any bridges. Most likely Mason's not placed properly though. Alright, so as we can see, we now have an iPad 16 gig with our new NAND number, which has an X instead of a W at the end. If we unplug it and plug it back in, we'll see in iTunes, if there's an activation lock, iTunes will say it as soon as the iPad is seen.
I'm gonna head out.
Like a fetus?
Head first.
Head first. Head first fetus. Out of here. You right, Micah, check. Or did you calculate all that?
Doing it now.
If she does it, just
I'll
leave
just
it. Just
stick
I'll
it
do
back
banking
there.
stuff tomorrow.
Okay.
You weren't here yesterday, right?
No.
No.
Okay. I just
Nobody
wanted to
was
make
here.
sure.
Holiday pay.
Well, no,
Ain't
we
no-
don't do that. You don't get OT either.
The holiday pay.
You are a contracted laborer, my friend. You're flat rate.
Micah gets holiday pay by paying himself money.
Yeah. Where are you taking yourself on holiday?
Alright, welcome to your new iPad.
You can
Yay.
There's also Fleeland monies too that he owes me, but
I can put that. Well, actually,
can-
that he's
Has to
gonna
be
do
separate.
cash on that. I
he
think.
can do whatever on that.
Has to
Just-
be separate.
Yeah, he's gonna
Okay.
do it. So this will be taxed, and that will be not real.
It doesn't exist, Micah.
That's not a real place.
Alright, so let's unplug, replug.
Yeah.
Alright, see you guys.
See ya. And let's see if we have an activation screen or not. There you go. So you can see the iPad has no activation screen, so iCloud is bypassed. Woohoo. Yay yay. Yeah yeah. That's done. So cool beans. Cool beans. Cool beans. Cool beans. Alright, so we'll stick the separator under there. We'll give that back to Meekle in the morning so he can put it back together. See you, Rick. Original issue, it had an iCloud account on it. The current issue, there's no iCloud account on it. Let's put our Touch IC back on. And Micah was restoring that iPad Air. I think it's downloading. Yeah, it's downloading. We're dropping frames. This whole stream has just been a bunch of dropped frames. So if you all want to see the stream without dropped frames, check back after it's uploaded. Once it uploads, it doesn't show any dropped frames. It'll show you the stream in its entirety. Alright, so let's put our coins down so we don't overheat our Wi-Fi. And let's reflow this Touch IC into place. If you have a vertical bar that's dead touch, how wide is it? Is it like a fifth of the screen wide, or is it really narrow? What's up, Paul Daniels? Welcome from your time traveling. You time traveling SOB. Alright, so Touch IC is on. Let's check it. Looks like Micah's download has completed because we're not dropping frames anymore. Missed the Lewis earlier stream. It was really short, so you didn't miss a whole lot. I joined in on it after I saw it, and as soon as I joined, it was over. Alright, so let's see if this 6 Plus will give us the old boot. Okay, so it's booting up. I'll switch over so you all can see it. Okay, so,
You haven't paid her any check.
and I hit the power off. Note to self, don't touch power rails. What?
You haven't paid the rent, right?
No.
Okay. When I come down, I'll just write out all the money.
Oh, that's why it reset. My power cable's over here shorted out. I always forget about the gator clips. Yeah, I just touched them again and reset it. The gator clips over here, you can't ignore them because they short out and cause issues. Alright, let's try that again. Now that the gator clips are now isolated. This lead has gator clips on one end of it, and they can touch each other and short out. Oh, this phone is acting weird. It just shorted out again. Oh, I bet it's the lead. Yeah, it is. That lead has a short in it. I just saw it. It went to full 2 amp draw, and the phone shut down. Let's take 3 on that one. Maybe we won't cause a short this time. No, he had a live stream. It was earlier. Alright, so we're on. Let's try touch all the way across the screen, all the way to the edge. Each corner. Alright, so touch seems good there. Let's go ahead and hit the, we want the start over option here. Let's do English here. Can we get English? Is that a possibility? There we go. Setting language. 1 centimeter wide. So if it's a wide section, if it's a real thin section like 1 centimeter, that's going to be Mason. If it's a section that's like this wide, like maybe 2 centimeters, almost 3, like almost an inch for me, but like if it's a wide section, like the screen is split up into like 5 sections for Cumulus. So Cumulus will cause like full like finger width regions to be dead. Mason will cause areas very small and thin to be dead. So most likely I would say that it's Mason that you're having problems with. Alright, so I'm going to test the it seems like this is good. I don't have any dead spots. So we'll call that one done. We'll put this back together. Let me check and see what that iPad Air is doing that he was restoring that we had no image on. What's up here? So that iPad after restore still has no image. So it's gotta be a hardware fault. It's not a data line though, so I'm not sure what it could be. It's really odd. I mean, I guess it could be a data line, but I just don't see why, because they all test good. I have had iPhones before though that the data lines tested okay, but I went ahead and replaced them and they worked. So maybe it's just the filters themselves maybe don't have enough inductance or something. So I'll replace the filters on that one tomorrow. Let's put this 6 Plus back together. Yeah, the leads on these have failed quite a bit. Usually what I do is I take the batteries we get in that are dead, and I'll desolder the plastic connector off of them and solder them onto my cables. And that'll usually get them by for a few more months, and then when they fail again, I have to do it again. No image. Well, let's look at it.
Hi, this is Leon at the computer room, Nottingham. What I've got here, two. This has happened. CD connector.
That's an iPad 2.
What I was thinking was correct. There's a component here that's loose. I've just made delivering the bin not and bridge the gaps that were left. You can see them.
Yeah, that video is him showing a knocked off filter, is all that is. So that's what I was talking about with the iPad Air 2, is possibly putting on a new filter. So all your data lines have a choke that they go through to kind of limit any type of interference, because they're data lines and they're pretty sensitive to any type of electronic interference. So all of your LCD data lines, if you look on any HDMI output, they'll always have chokes right there next to the port, in between the chip that makes the signal and the output. So when a choke goes bad, you can get disruption on the line, especially if the choke goes open. Then you have no data communication at all. But you can have the choke actually fail where the inductance isn't high enough, so it causes signal degradation on the line. And I have, like I said, I fixed an iPad or an iPhone before that had no image. I resoldered all the data line filters and it still didn't have image, so I ended up just replacing them, and then it started working. So that's what I'll end up doing with this one. It looks like those filters or those chokes are the same size as the iPhone one, so we should be able to just snag them. I appreciate it. It's definitely what I was thinking though. What you shared is exactly what I was thinking. Now it's not physically damaged like the one he was showing. That one's usually due from people prying in behind that connector on the iPad 2. It's got a little latch that folds over like the MacBooks do, and people get pry tools in there and pop them off, and they end up knocking the filter loose. Same thing happens with the iPhone 6 or iPhone 5s batteries with the battery SWI filter. It gets knocked off the same way. Let's go ahead and put in our final screws here, and we can put the screen back on. Tires were mucho expensive. They're $700.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Good old Audi in their large tire size.
That's a lot more than
Well, I could have ordered them online, but I really don't want to ride around on that tire. So, whatever.
it's done now.
They'll last forever. As much as I drive, they'll last me probably the lifetime of that car. Sorry I had to refresh, didn't catch what you were saying about the leads. Anyways, thanks for the great tips about cumulus and mason fails. I should have a finger wide area with no touch. Okay, so if it's finger wide area with no touch, You said there is a gray bar on the screen though? Because if there's a gray bar, it's Mason. If there's no bars at all, it's usually Cumulus. Cumulus will not show defects usually on the screen, but it will have no touch. Mason will show gray bars on the screen, and it can have both, but usually it'll show bars on the screen. They'll be really faint. If they're really dark bars, that usually means that there is a short somewhere on one of the data lines in between Cumulus and Mason. I would always check there first. That's the most common thing you'll see. It's really easy to bridge those, so that's usually what happens, and people don't realize it. Alright, so this is done. Go ahead and turn this on, make sure it still boots. It's booting up. Paul, did you ever get your adapter in for your camera? Yeah, if it's a bad connection on Mason, you can press, but usually if there's gray bars, it means there's a short. If there's just no touch and no gray bars, then it could just be a bad connection. Alright, so phone's back on. We're back at the hello screen. We'll make sure touch still functions. Okay, go all the way to the corner, all the way to this corner. Alright, so touch is good. We'll pack this one up and ship it back out. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for today. I've done quite a bit of mail-in today. We did about 7 or 8 devices. So I'm going to go home. But thank you all for everybody that's been watching. Thank you for the expansion that we've had. We've grown quite a bit. Considering we've been doing this about 6 months, I'm pretty impressed at where we are. No bars. When I said bar, I meant vertical area that was no touch, my bad. Now I did replace Cumulus twice. It's possible that both chips are bad. No, usually not. Usually the chips aren't bad, it's just the placement's off. If you've replaced Cumulus and you're 100% certain on it, then go ahead and replace Mason again. But usually wide sections of no touch are Cumulus, just in my experience. But anyway, that's going to wrap it up, and I'm going to head home, and we're going to feed Kenna, and hopefully she doesn't freak out. Is it still raining or no? Okay. Alrighty, but I will see you all later, and check back tomorrow. I'm sure we'll be doing more iPads. We got quite a few. But thanks, guys. Have a good one.